wrestler Dave Brown, and we're here with a great group for another day of big championship wrestling, David.
Got some great action for them coming up, too. We have a CWA tag title match coming up today in which Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden will be going against Jed Grundy from Salt Gum, Kentucky, and Scott Steiner. Should be a most interesting pairing there. We'll also today see Jeff Jarrett, Shogun and Samurai, the Japanese team are here. Jungle Jim and the Dreamweaver, P.Y. Chuhai, and much, much more.
We got a bunch lined up for you today, and I'll tell you one way we can get to it. Do it right now. We'll be back in just a moment with the action. Okay, we got one of them in there, and by golly, we're about ready to go with the second one. What's happening? Oh, yeah, you hear it. We're rolling. Charming CWA heavyweight champion, Dutch Mantell, making his appearance.
He steps up onto the ring apron for a one-fall, 10-minute time limit non-title match. Out of Arkansas, 227 pounds, his opponent is Alan Reynolds. And going against him from Royal Trough, Texas, at 229 pounds, Dutch Mantell. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, we're about ready to go with the first one. All right, I don't want to hear it, Dutch. Let's just see you wrestle in there. Alan Reynolds with a tough job on his hand today with the Dutchman.
Alan has looked very good in the last several months as he's really developing. He has got to be considered, though, a heavy underdog going against the champion, Dutch Mantell, and also the tough veteran who doesn't mind yanking your hair like he did just there.
And, you know, I think we almost have to say the new Dutch Mantell. Now, that's not to say that he has not been dirty before, but Dutch has gotten, I'm telling you, a sadistic streak in him right now. I don't know whether it's because he's just been tired of not having a major title. Now he's got the CWA title. He sure hadn't mellowed. Mantell down in a standing side headlock from Alan Reynolds as he cranks away on it. But again, come on, Jerry, watch the hair. Good night. That's twice he's done that. Reached up and grabbed that hair, as you pointed out, Dave.
Dutch was trying to call timeout for some reason, and the referee said there's no timeout. You want to give it up. And Dutch says, now he wants to shake hands. Well, let's be friends. Sure. Watch yourself, Alan.
Like shaking hands with a rattlesnake, and Alan Reynolds doesn't go for it. They just tie it up in their collar and elbow back to the ropes, and Dutch has it blocked. Alan Reynolds comes off with a right hand, but that's the only one that he got. Couldn't follow it up. Dutch was ready for him. Mantel hollering about, the referee Jerry Calhoun hollering at Mantel about a clean break in there as he tried to nail him on the ropes. Now he does with a right. Snaps him over the shoulder and comes in behind on the pressure point. Reynolds down on the canvas. And Dutch Mantell, a foot right in the back. He's got the hair again. Jabs him in the eyes. Well, Dutch, you're really reaching an all-time new low.
Upper arm up, coming off the ropes there. That was legal.
He reached an all-time low. We've got some tape that I'm going to be showing the folks a little bit later. We'll talk about that. Mantell, body slam through the ropes. The Dutch is off with a knee. And let me tell you, this guy can move. There's no doubt about that. Oh, he got it.
2 minutes, 11 seconds. Dutch Mantell is going to walk out of here with a victory.
He walks out with a victory, all right. And the sad thing about it is, Dave, he probably could have gotten it without ever touching hair or done anything else but Mantel. Hey, listen, Dutch, I notice you have a great fondness for the boy's hair, and they're jerking him around in the ring. Mantel goes out with the victory in there. All right, I don't want to hear it out. I just want to tell the folks right now about an incident that occurred earlier, and I think you ought to see the tape on this. This particular one was where Kerry Von Erich had asked for the opportunity to make a special presentation. I don't know how many of you know or not, but Jeff Jarrett has wrestled with Kerry Von Erich in various parts of the country as a tag partner. After a rocky start with the Texas-Tennessee thing, he became very good friends with the Von Erichs in there. He has wrestled with Kevin. Watch what we're going to show you right here with Kerry Von Erich, if you would, please.
Jeff and folks here in Memphis, if you've ever had anyone in the world die that you really loved, more than anything in the whole world, you'll understand exactly what I'm coming from right now. I have something for Jeff. My family agreed. Jeff Jarrett has become like a brother to me. I want this to happen. My brother Kevin wants this to happen. And I'm sure Mike in heaven looking down right now would want this to happen. Jeff, I have something in this bag that means more to the Von Erich family than anything I think we've ever owned. It was my brother Mike. My brother Mike won the Texas championship with it. He was the youngest ever to win the American championship with it. I won the first world title, the WCW world title, with this jacket in my corner, and I want to present it to you. From the Von Erich family, to you, Jeff. I love your jacket.
Okay, that was the presentation from Kerry Von Erich, a moving situation. Jeff was really appreciative of it. It was certainly the highest kind of honor or thing that they could possibly have given Jeff, because it means so much to the family in there. And Jeff took it exactly in the same spirit. He's got a definite fondness for the Von Erich family, and he's gotten to know them a lot better. Well, that was not the end of the night and that jacket. We have some tape. I want you to see Jeff in the ring. He wore it out for his match that night, and let's go to it right now and see Jeff Jarrett in the ring with that jacket.
It will be a one ball. Hey, Jack, what do you mean that you got a dead man's jacket on? Now, what's that supposed to do? The man is saying that he's got a that's the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But then again, the Von Erich to the stupidest people next to you I've ever met. Boy, you come over here and I'll talk to you next week. He got a dead man's jacket on, lad. You know something?
Grabbed the jacket. The candlestick slammed over Steiner's head. We got a battle royal going on here. Golden beating the stew out of Jeff Jarrett. The bell is yet to ring. Dutch Mantell ripping that jacket given to him by Kerry Von Erich, tearing it to shreds. There's Robert Fuller with a kendo stick, keeping everybody out. Here comes Kerry Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich. That'll take care of him. Well, as I said during that match in there, that probably was the low point. Dutch, now, hey, listen.
Hey, I got it right. I knew you were going to say something about me. As soon as I went in the back, you just can't keep that fat mouth of yours shut about nothing. You got to bump it, bump it, bump it. I got respect.
You got
I'm
respect.
a professional.
Nobody
I respect
that.
everybody, and in return, I expect to get respect back. But that low-bred, low-life, egg-sucking dog, that Kerry Von Erich, come out and presented Jeff Jarrett with nothing more than a dead man's jacket. Now, that dead people, that kind of stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies. I'm afraid of dead people, and I would be jinxed if I got in the ring with Jeff Jarrett and him wearing, I don't even want to touch this.
Boy, you're really
but right
proud of
here,
that.
I know it was a gift, but it needs, there was no respect to me. He got a dead man's jacket on. That's could jinx me.
That's the first
That
thing
could
it was.
jinx me.
Jeff Jarrett comes roaring out. Man, and I'll tell you, after what the Dutchman did, I can't blame him one bit. Jarrett comes out and nails Mantel. It was none of Mantel's business. That's the point I was going to make to him, what Kerry Von Erich did. Jeff Jarrett really hammering on the Dutchman.
Referee Mike Porter is out, and Mantel decides that's an awfully good time to get out of here. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more Championship Wrestling coming.
Be back into the action here in just one moment. Son of a gun, we got a card coming up Wednesday night, Evansville. You just will not believe till you get down there and see the son of a gun. CWA title match, Mantel and Jarrett. Oh, stay tuned for this one. And then there's going to be a bout called a First Blood match with Rick Morton and Bill Superstar Dundee. First one that gets bleeding, they're going to be defeated in there, Billy.
Well, I hope so. Every time I turn around, Lance Russell, I don't know whether Ricky Morton's sneaking up behind, bouncing my head off the ring post, hitting me with a chain, but it's me that ends up busted open, brother. Well, I don't mind that, Rick Morton, because it's happened before, and it'll happen again. It's just the way that it happens, brother. You never do it face to face, and like I've said time after time, I don't mind what happens to me, because I don't care what I do to you, and I'll make no bounds about it. Like I've said before, I slapped Lance. The day I did it, I thought I had a right to do it, and I'm going to tell you something, brother. In Evansville, Indiana, I got a right to do this. It doesn't finish until somebody's bleeding, and it's going to be you, brother. Oh, yeah, you busted me open, but it wasn't with them, Jack. It was with some foreign object, and like I said, bouncing my head off the ring post. Well, them days are over, brother, because it's just going to be you, and it's going to be me, and I guarantee all them folks out there, as sure as my name's Bill Superstar Dundee, you're getting busted open, Morton, because, oh, I used to like, there's no sense saying I didn't. I used to like you, brother. I liked your goofy partner, but I don't like you now, and I'm taking you out 400 Court Street, and that's the building Evansville, if you don't know that, punk. Just show up, because I'm taking you out, boy.
Partner, let me tell you one thing. That is going to be some kind of a scrap. You understand, the first one that starts bleeding, that's it, because he loses the match. Additionally, there's going to be that Southern Tag title match. Oh, stay tuned to the show right here. You'll see something else. Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden going against Jed Grundy and Scott Steiner with the titles up against Miss Sylvia going into servitude or slaving to Jed Grundy. You've got to see the whole show to appreciate what's going to be happening here. Wednesday night, Evansville, a full card. Be there.
Okay. We've got big William the Freezer Thompson in the ring right now, and normally he pretty well towers over whoever he's battling in there, but not today, Not David. this time. Here comes, led by Dutch Mantell, the Master of Pain, who steps up onto the ring apron right now. Master of Pain is out of his last address, the Atlanta Federal Penitentiary, 325 pounds. William Thompson out of Arkansas.
I'm talking to you.
Nobody invited you out here, Dutch.
Look, I'm going to say one thing right now. I got respect for everybody, but Jeff Jarrett, I just don't have no respect for nobody. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. You know, when you got a pest, you got a cockroach running around that's irritating you, you know, you can kill it yourself or you can get somebody else to do it. Well, what I'm offering right now is somebody, anybody that can take Jeff Jarrett out, I got a big, big reward waiting for him, because he is no more than a little pest, a little cockroach.
Oh, you don't think you can do it yourself? Is that what you're telling me,
No, I can do it,
Dutch?
but he runs from me every time I get close to him. He must have been a track star.
No,
in
he
high
wasn't
school.
a track star. He's a basketball star.
No, he may have played basketball. He wasn't a star or nothing. But I'm going to tell you, I could probably run him down myself, because I don't know how fast I really am. See, Master of Pain here, he's got his hand full. I got him after Lawler. I would put him on it. But I'm issuing a reward right now. Anybody to take Jeff Jarrett out and put him out of his misery. You understand what I'm talking about?
I hear you, Dutch.
I'm going to get the Master of Pain out of here.
Fine, I wish you'd get both of you out of here right now. We had a victory of the Master. Okay, come on now. Just take him on out of here, Dutch. Snap the chain on and lead him out of there. Okay, what was the time?
43 seconds.
43 seconds, not too much. Let me ring the bell, that very quick one, and we'll just get back into action here. This will be a tag match, and hopping up into the ring, Jungle Jim McPherson. And we will be into it. Well, I'll tell you, this new team that Tojo has brought in here, I've seen some awfully good wrestling with Tojo, to be honest about it. This team is as good as anybody he's brought in.
Well, they are big and tough.
And when they come out, here comes the herd. Tojo Yamamoto, PY Chu High.
Take a point there, Dave Brown. going to stay out here. I'm going to stand and talk to you. You know what? Everybody know, you know, the Imperial Dynasty now. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Imperial Dynasty.
Yeah, that's
you know,
T.Y. Chew
One thing
High.
about it, Lance Russell, I want to admire you for one thing, because you got enough guts. The last couple of weeks here, you've been showing about this Tracy Smothers. Was that great that we put him? You know, we actually went for the hurt on him real bad, but guess what happened?
Sure
we wound up killing him. You know what? The boy's dead. You know that?
Yeah,
you read that in the bank. All of his friends showed up. There was a good funeral and everything. There was 3 people.
Let it
showed up.
die.
Didn't have enough pallbearers carrying the grave.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys got the
I'm telling you what, Lance Russell, I want to say right now, this is the Imperial Dynasty, man, let me tell you, ever since they've been here, you haven't seen a team yet that has beat these guys. There's not a team in this territory right now that can beat them. No matter what, how you want to match them up. You can put anybody together, match them up in any type of dressing room back there. There's not a team that they can form or in here right now that can beat these Japanese teams. I'm telling you,
Bill, if you'd have been listening, you'd have heard us say earlier.
You call me Phil, I'm no longer Phil. You call me Mr. Chuhai.
Okay, Mr. Chuhai.
Thank you.
We made the comment they're as good as any team Tojo's had in, but it takes 4 of you out here to get them back.
I'm going to think Tojo's advisor. I'm like a guru to him.
What are you doing here?
I'm talking to you. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes. Now what else?
Jungle Jim McPherson in there against Masamune. Backs him over into the ropes, and look out, Yamamoto is down there with that kendo stick. Big shot.
Wanted to take his head off right then, Lance.
Shogun Masamune misses, and here comes Jungle Jim, flying crest. But Shinji is over there, Samurai Shinji. Yeah, I'll bet you will. That's just exactly what I was talking about. Chris Frazier wraps the arm up and gets nailed in the eyes for his effort.
That's one of the most spinning in the world. You know, I taught that to him.
Oh, did you?
I taught that little move to him.
Well,
you know what?
Bill Hickerson goes to Japan, and T.Y. Chew High comes back as an expert.
Well, I guess.
I guess.
I'm a little bit expert in everything.
Yeah, I know
If you want to know something, you just ask me. I'll bet you there's nothing that you can ask me that I can't answer right now.
I don't even have to ask you. I'll hear it. I'll hear it from you without even having to ask you anything about it. Chris Frazier with Samurai Shinji in there makes the tag on Shogun. And
no mercy, crucify, no mercy,
Frazier really being belted around by Masamune.
He didn't know what to grab, you know what I mean? It's the one. I bet he's got internal injury.
That'd make you really happy.
If the referee hadn't said they would stop the match right now. But you know, there's one thing about it. I'm not going to stop it. I wouldn't even ask to stop it because I want the guys to get in there and I want them to hurt. I want them to make every wrestler around here to be fear these guys. And that's exactly what they are.
He caught him with a spinning back kick, whipped him in, nailed a knee in the midsection. Now Shinji takes over. Big clothesline.
That's right there in the ring right now. See, he's a little goofy every now and then, you know. He's sort of hard to handle.
Boy, you get all excited about him beating up on some kid just starting.
I love it. I love to watch people take beatings. Pain, punishment. Yeah, boy.
The only thing you'd like better is if you were up there kicking on the kid.
I would love it. I'd probably beat every one of them up there. The referee, too.
Samurai Shinji in there with Chris Frazier, and he just nailed him with a side kick, man. I'll tell you
the reason why Frazier can't say nothing right now. He would love to say I quit, but his lips are swollen so tight because of all his kicks and everything. See, he can't talk. His Adam's apple is probably down in about midway of his stomach right now. You know what I mean?
He just got another shot from Masamune that time. Well, this is the kind that...
Oh, this ought to be a good night, Irene. I love it, Lance Russell.
He took him with a catch-as-catch-can move, the side saddle DDT.
That's a good scientific move right there. A little chop upside the head, you know.
Yeah.
I like that. It's got class. Yeah, boy. Get him around his head. Yeah,
belly to back, and he pounds him down. And Chris Frazier.
Don't you ring that bell yet. You ring that bell.
I feel like reaching down in there. He obviously is outclassed. Masamune.
I love it. Look at old Randy. He wants to try to stop it too, but he ain't going to do it.
Well, I hope Mike Porter will stop it in there. He got the kid so beat up and taking punishment that there's no doubt that he is out of it.
Oh,
up in the air, they take him.
Get him up there. Get him up. Oh, yeah. That's
drop him down over the knee.
Somebody like that.
Yeah, that I guess it will.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I feel it. Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Boy, that flying kick. Man, he rolled him with that flying.
Move his backbone right
All right. P.Y., we've heard all we need to hear.
Thank you for talking, lad. I enjoyed this very much.
I'll bet you did, smiling. We'll catch you back another day when they've got a little more experienced team in there and see what you got to say about it. Just a slaughter of Chris Frazier in there.
4 minutes, 31 seconds, and it was all Samurai, Shogun, and Tojo Yamamoto.
Okay, there's the win going to Tojo's Japanese team with P.Y. Chuhai. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back again. Hey, I don't know. Okay. Okay, 60 quick seconds of your time, my friend. I first want to tell you that on Thursday, March the 16th, a couple of weeks up the road there at Montgomery, Indiana, Championship Wrestling is coming in. Opportunity for you to see all the stars in person right there in Montgomery, Thursday, March the 16th. Now, here's the entire card for that sensational night of action. Wednesday night in the Evansville Coliseum, Brian Lee opens against Mr. Big. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster going against Cat Garrett. P.Y. Chuhai facing the Dreamweaver. Should be interesting. Master of Pain will be going against Jungle Jim McPherson. Then it's going to be the Southern Tag titles with Jed Grundy and Scott Steiner against Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. Titles against Sylvia going to work for Grundy. And then it'll be a first blood match. Rick Morton, Bill Superstar Dundee. First one that gets busted open loses it, and boy, more than just the blood, too. CWA title match, Dutch Mantell and Jeff Jarrett, who will be ready for it Wednesday. Right now, Alan Yates, he'll be involved in the next single match. I don't know that I envy him at all because while Jeff, he's a pretty likable son of a gun, boy, he is on the heavy side of it.
What is that? Hop a plane, jump a train, get on out of here.
Boss.
The boss man got some business. Hey, take a break. Take a break. Get on out of here. The old boss man got some business to take care of.
Single match 110, Alan Yates on the left of the screen, Jeff Jarrett on the other side of it, and a very pushy boss Winters is out here.
Let me get to some serious business here, Lancer. I just talked to Dutch Mantell back in the dressing room, and he's very upset. And he's serious about this. And let me tell you, if the old boss man can come through and do this thing for the Dutchman, the boss is going to jump up and take a piece of that pie out of the sky, baby. I'm going to hitch my wagon to a rising star. If I can break Jarrett's legs, if I can just break one of them little geeky legs, hey, I could be Dutch Mantell's manager.
Boy, you do have marvelous goals in life, boss. That's all I can
just put
take.
One of them legs, he's a geek. Everybody knows it. Look at him. I've been out here week after week after week trying to make some money, getting robbed by people like Calhoun with these fast counts on my boys, rough and ready. I've had a hard time of it. But finally, if I get to do this for Dutch Mantell, a champion and a gentleman in every sense of the word, Dutch Mantell.
By the way, you just stick right in there with him, boss. You know what they say, you hang out with dogs, you're going to get fleas, so you just keep hanging out with Mantell.
Well, calm down there, Russell. Don't have a Cadillac arrest on me here, okay? If I can do this for the Dutchman, who's always been a hero of mine, let me throw that in there, he's always been a hero of mine. If I can break your legs, Jarrett, I'll manage Dutch Mantell. I'll be a star, baby. I'll have Dutch Mantell. You just take care of the match there. I'm going to break your legs for Dutch Mantell and collect that bounty. That's what I'm going to do.
He's pretty well taking care of the match, and I can't see you doing much about his leg in there, boss. Got to tell it like I see it.
I'll take his leg. I'll take his head. You never know. You never know when the old boss man's going to strike. You just never know.
Leapfrog, Jarrett, flying press.
Hey, come on, guys.
3.
Get him, break his neck.
The Blue Knight.
Baby, break it.
And ready.
Bring his brains off.
Jumping out on Jarrett. After Jarrett just won the match. He got him in a double screw down. Jarrett put up both down. Big drop kick. Boss Winters not being able to do what he started. Just such real dog. Put him right down on the deck. Big drop kick and Boss's head is eating canvas in there as Jeff drop kicked him off. Uh-oh, here comes Dutch Mantell. Joey, look out!
Dutch Mantell breaking a board over Jeff Jarrett. Now he's hit the referee with it. The referee's down. Here come Chris Frazier and William Thompson. And finally, Boss Winner and Reddy and the Blue Knight and Dutch Mantell get out of there. Frazier kicking the board out.
Busted Jeff's head open with that board in it. Man, I'm telling you what, Mantel, I don't know what has happened to you, but I got to say one thing. You just keep stepping one bit lower. Finally, when the guys that were going to try to do it in there, one of the Rough and Ready team and the Blue Knight and the Boss Man in there couldn't do it. You come,
sending the Master of Pain in there after him. Master of Pain goes after Frazier and Thompson. And now goes over and picks up Jeff. Throws him out of the ring where Dutch Mantell is waiting.
Will you get out of here? You didn't do anything. You sat there up to it.
Look at him, look at him.
Here comes the Dreamweaver, Allen Reynolds, Jungle Jim McPherson, Scott Steiner. Mantel swinging away, the Master of Pain in there as they're trying to get him away. Scott Steiner picks up a board. He's got one. Jed Grundy also over there. Here comes Eddie Marlin out. Get these guys out of there and you'll solve the problem. Mantel pulling off all that stupid stuff. Jeff Jarrett down on the floor, and I mean busted open. Mantel not only nailed him in the ring, but he ended up nailing him after he was thrown out of the ring when the Master of Pain came back in. They didn't get it the first time. They tried it the second time. And he ends up breaking a board over his head again, and there is Jeff Jarrett being helped out of there, and boy, he is in tough shape. I got to tell you, we're going to take time out while they take care of Jeff in there and get him back, and I want to check and see how he's doing. But man, we got our first time in quite some time that we've had a CWA tag title match, Dave.
Going to have it right here, though. Got the champions coming in against some challengers who should make a very interesting tag team. Here they come with the championship belts under their arms right now from the Stud Stable, the Tennessee Stud, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden out of Montgomery, Alabama. Greatest, what do you say, greatest tag team of all time?
Don't forget to say that, please, Dave, on the introduction.
I thought that's what Fuller said, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sylvia, of course, in the corner with a kendo stick in her hand. The challengers now in the area. Scott Steiner is up on the ring apron and walking around the ring right now. He's got his chicken with him. From Salt Gum, Kentucky.
Salt Gum, Kentucky.
This
Jed,
is Mr. Jed Grundy.
you got chicken with you there, buddy, huh?
We'll take a look. You'll keep an eye on him.
He's going to watch you wrestle in there, so we'll keep an eye on him right now. That is got to be, I'm not defaming the chicken, but that's got to be the funniest looking chicken.
That is a weird looking
chicken.
chicken.
Chinese breed chicken in there. You notice that little weird looking part up on his head? I never saw it.
Has feathers on its feet, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I don't know.
It really is. But it's all Jed's, and let me tell you, you don't want to talk bad about that Skyler because he flat loves that chicken in there. Okay, Dave, we're ready.
All right, we're set to go. This match is going to go to the expiration of time. Time remaining. Special agreement for the television championship match. CWA tag team belts are on the line as Fuller and Golden have put them up against Jed Grundy and Scott Steiner.
Kind of an interesting pairing in there, and that is Grundy and Scott Steiner. Steiner and Grundy are not longtime partners by any means. Fuller taking a sip out of that jug over there, and he's running, I think, for the water fountain. He had all of that he wanted to.
Oh, I think he just maybe made his first mistake today, huh? Look at, well, that Jed turns the jug up here.
Jimmy Golden going after to see if his partner's going to be able to wrestle and defend the titles the way they're supposed to.
Jed offered Scott a swig of it, and he turned it down. No, thank you.
Robert Fuller comes in, thought he's pulling a trick on him. What in the world is in that jug, he said. Should have left it alone, Fuller, and kept your hands off of it. You wouldn't have had the problem. Jed Grundy and Scott Steiner, as we were saying, they're not old-time tag partners, but they got an interesting pairing because Grundy, we don't really know all that much about him, but boy, he seemed to be a powerful son of a gun, just naturally powerful. Scott Steiner, great amateur background and quite a wrestler to say the least. Bell time, and here we go.
All right, Mike Porter, the referee for this championship match, as Jimmy Golden goes with a top wrist lock on Jed Grundy. And look at Grundy. Oh, he's talking about power. He just threw Golden down to the mat. Not many wrestlers are going to be able to do that. Jimmy Golden, boy, he's no slouch when it comes to wrestling. He's big, he's tall, he's tough. Grundy again just shoves him down to the mat. And Fuller screams at the referee, must have pulled his hair. Couldn't do that any other way.
Dave, I was talking to Jed, and we were talking about his weight. And he said, hey, I've been training for this wrestling in there. He says, I've lost 43 pounds. Can you believe it? I'm telling you the honest truth. He said he lost 43 pounds.
And he still comes in somewhere around 460. So you can imagine, good grief. That would have put him up over the 500 mark.
Well, I got to be honest and tell you what he told me. He said he was weighing right now 428 pounds, and he had lost 43.
Okay. All right.
Jimmy Golden standing up with a big standing side headlock on Jed Grundy, who just shoves him off. What was the last bulldozer you tried to run over?
Yeah. Golden, he got whipped to the ropes for some leverage. Fuller does the same thing. Look, they're just bouncing off of Grundy.
Doing a good job, and Scott Steiner's loving it. Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller trying to prove a point, knocking him off his feet. I notice he's still standing on both of them.
And you can see who got knocked off their feet, both of them at once.
That wasn't the most scientifically perfect double clothesline I ever saw, but it sure got the job done.
It worked. It sure did. Scott Steiner and Jed Grundy standing right there. Jimmy Golden hanging back close to the corner. By the way, the chicken is over here just remaining very quiet.
Yep. I think he feels like that Jed has got everything in hand, and so he doesn't have any reason to get upset. Now Golden spins him into the corner, and Fuller and Golden trying to ram away, but Scott Steiner not to be left out of it. He comes over, helps his partner out, pulls Golden out, slams his head, while Grundy pounds on Robert Fuller. And Fuller gonna whip him into Steiner. Steiner was long gone, and he whipped Grundy into Jimmy Golden, and look at it. Over the ring they go.
Boy, those steel ring posts were bending at the top as they were doing that.
Here's the world's greatest tag team, Dave. And the chicken just delighted at what's happening here. Feeling very confident that Jed has got it going. We may have new champions coming up today.
Boy, it's looking like it so far. Let me tell you, the team of Grundy and Scott Steiner, and this is Steiner's really first official appearance in the match. Fine collegiate background for Scott Steiner out of the University of Michigan. He had the cover briefly. Well, he had the 2 count, actually, on Jimmy Golden. Golden was able to break out of it. Scott Steiner said, are you for us? And the crowd says, yeah, go get him. Here's Robert Fuller. Tennessee stud. Back Steiner into his corner. Bad place for Steiner to be. Raked him across the eyes. Referee Mike Porter trying to get him out of the corner. And here's a double team as Golden grabs him from outside.
Jimmy Golden with a big handful of Scott Steiner while Fuller puts a foot in his midsection, pulls him away, holds his arms back, and Golden double teaming, and Mike Porter, the referee, comes over, breaking him up to get Fuller out of here and leave it one-on-one. Big E-lift from Golden. We have never said that Fuller and Golden can't wrestle. They are good. It's unfortunate they have the leaning or disposition that they do.
Well, they certainly have a willingness to not bend rules, but break them left and right. There goes Steiner through the ropes, thrown out of the ring by Jimmy Golden. Golden trying to get a measure of satisfaction. Oh, look at Sylvia with that kendo stick.
While Mike Porter is with Golden up there, Sylvia takes the opportunity to pound
down Scott Steiner with that kendo stick down on the floor, and Jed Grundy's trying to tell the referee, can't you see what's happening over there? Well, he wasn't looking. That was it. He was too busy with Golden. Scott Steiner back in the ring has his head slammed into that foot of Robert Fuller.
Knee lift by Robert Fuller, and Scott Steiner hits the mat. Now Fuller grabs him. Puts the boot right in the midsection. Jimmy Golden holds him from outside while Fuller resets. Fuller puts a boot in the back.
Come on, Mike. Good night. They're still double teaming him.
Golden slaps the leg on the apron. There he is again as he tries to... Now the referee comes over and calls him on double teaming. Tell him to let Steiner get back into the ring. Well, now both of them just step in the ring. Golden stays as Fuller finally steps outside. 6 minutes gone in this fall.
Now, Scott Steiner, beautiful. Takes him over and down, but Fuller comes in and breaks it up.
Thought he might have had him, but Robert Fuller got there to break it up. Now they double team again. Scott Steiner goes down to the mat. Grundy coming in. He's been watching this and had to be feeling a bit upset. He nailed Golden, rolls him out of the ring. Look at Steiner, round behind Robert Fuller, rolls it down. The referee doesn't see it, but he's got Fuller's shoulders down. Sylvia with powder in the eyes of Scott Steiner. The referee hasn't seen any of it. It looks like a thunderstorm cloud there, and Steiner is counted out.
Yeah, you ended up using the powder in there, and don't let anybody say you did. Hey, we're not stupid. We could see it. For the use of the powder, all right.
Got to restart the match.
Restart, Dave.
All right, okay.
Referee, oh, he didn't either. You threw the powder in it.
What kind of referee you got in there to start the match off?
He's the one that's in charge. That's who the referee
He's
is.
counting you out. He's to 7. There we go. Now they jump Grundy from behind. Got Robert Fuller in there. The match is still going. The referee saw the powder flying all around.
Look at it. It's all over the ring.
Yeah, all over the ring.
He pointed it out to it.
That's
He
Grundy.
restarted this title match.
Grundy kicked out of the ring by Golden. Steiner thrown into the rope. He's trying to get Fuller off his feet. Grundy comes in with that moonshine jug or whatever it is. Count is 1, 2, 3.
We have new CWA Tag Champion. Unbelievable. Jeff Grundy, Scott Steiner. They win it. Everybody going home wild. Grundy and Steiner. Grundy picks up Randy Hales and Steiner. We've got new champions.
Decision. It's very clear.
Oh, Robert.
Wait a minute now.
Hey.
This match ain't over with. That goofball referee, you saw him hit him with that jug.
Come on, Jimmy. Now, don't get into that. The referee restarted the match after the powder was in there. We've got new CWA. Hey, come on, Jimmy. Now, get your hands off of me.
We deserve more respect than that. We got more seniority than that. We've been champions longer than anybody. Oh, Eddie Marlin. Eddie Marlin. I want to talk to Eddie Marlin. Come here, Eddie Marlin.
Well, get you crying out right now because you don't have the titles anymore.
You saw it as plain as I did, Eddie. Listen, you saw that man hit him with that jug. Listen, we deserve seniority around here and some respect. Now, we've had them belts longer than anybody else in this area. Listen to him before you start talking. The match is not over.
I seen the referee counted 1, 2, 3, and it said they was a champion.
Wait a minute. You better have your glasses. Wait a minute. Let me tell you something. Now listen very carefully. That we got seniority where those belts are concerned, and you got to realize that. One thing you got to do is you got to give us a title match, and you got to give it to us now because we deserve it, baby. We'll put up anything. We'll put up anything. You tell them name it. I don't care what it is.
Will you let the
man
just wait just a minute. I think you deserve a title match.
Thank you.
But you know the rules. they've got 30 days before they have to defend the title.
30 days!
At the end of that, if they want to give you a title match, you
No, wait a minute. Give us another
Hey,
chance.
you heard it. Hey, come on, you heard it. You heard what he said. That's the way it goes. They've got 30 days. They will give you a title match. It has been guaranteed by Eddie Marlin, but they got 30 days.
Give me that.
Well, the big news of the day.
Kill that thing. I hate that.
That belongs
Hey, will you guys leave it alone? They're getting out here ready to go after the chicken. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden take off. Sylvia trying to get away as she heads for the door. Hey, Jet. Sylvia running out. Well, Jet, I know she was just trying to get away.
Mr. Russell, have you ever seen anything as beautiful as that?
Well, yeah, okay.
I tell you what, if it's all right with Mr. Steiner, them boys wanted to put whatever up. We'll give them a title match if they give me Sylvia. They put Sylvia up.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jed. You're not talking about stepping right back and put those titles up. Scott, you better talk
out here.
there.
Go, Mr. If it's all right with Mr. Steiner,
I tell you what,
Mr. Moore.
Lance, it's all right with me if Joe's the kind of girl he wants to take home.
To the farm, my mama would love her to wash some clothes.
You're wrong about
Yes,
that,
you are.
Jed. Now, I hate to tell you, I know Sylvia better than you do.
I got a scrub board that'll fit her hands. Here's Mr. Eddie now.
Eddie.
In the first place, you know you don't have to defend them for 30 days.
That's right.
In the second place, you hadn't been around here, but I don't think Miss Sylvia's the type lady you want to carry home to your mama.
Not to the farm, that's for a fact.
Eddie. But if that's what you want, I'll check with the stud stable, and if they're willing to do it, I'm certainly willing.
Okay, Eddie. All right, we got to take a break. Congratulations, guys, on a great win. I want to tell you, what a super win for Scott Steiner and Jed Grundy. Back in a moment.
We just saw an action in there with Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, the former holders of the CWA title. Robert, bad news, I guess you think.
You would expect that by the time that we've been here and the job that we've been able to do since we've been here, that there'd have been no problem with seeing that fat goof knocked me down with that jug he had in the corner. You wouldn't change it, Marlin wouldn't change it, but I'm going to guarantee you one thing, Evansville, that somebody can change it, and the man that can change it is a Tennessee stud. And right here, the man you're looking at, the Southern gentleman. And I'm going to promise you something, gentlemen and ladies out there, that just as sure as you bask in this, you better reflect on one other attitude, and that's that fat boy and Steiner are about to enter the hospital. And I'm going to leave it right there. As far as Miss Sylvia is concerned, she never spent one day on the farm. How do you feel about farms, honey?
I don't like farms, and I'm not going to no farm.
You're darn right you're not going to no farm. What we're going to do is see she don't go to a farm, and we get our beloved belts back.
Yep, we'll be looking at it Wednesday night, Evansville in the Coliseum. Right now, we're going to take time to hear a word from Dutch Mantell and Ricky Morton.
You know, Bill Dundee, I'm getting tired of whooping up on you. Every time I step in the ring with you, Bill Dundee, I disfigure your face. You know, it comes dribbling down the face, and now you will have a match. First blood. I know you've always been jealous of me, Bill Dundee, because I was the better looking of the two. But you know, I'm going to disfigure your face will you be just a little bit more uglier, Bill Dundee.
Yeah, Dundee, you are an ugly person, but I'm going to tell you who's going to be just a little more uglier is Jeff Jarrett. I said I had trouble running him down, but so I finally got him cornered, and I let him hold one. I let him hold a 2x4 upside his head to knock a little sense in him, and years from now, probably he's going to call me on the phone. He'd say, Dutch Mantell, you made a believer out of me. He's going to make a believer out of you one more time for the title.
Shogun got that right.
You believe all of that one night, Wednesday, Evansville Coliseum.
Hey, I think we're going to have some serious talk with Jed Grundy. For some reason or another, I just don't see Miss Sylvia down on his farm there with his mom. And Jed doesn't understand that. I believe he got smitten there when that little accidental move. Oh, well.
I think you're right.
We got more action our standby match today.
Got an expiration of time match right here, and it's going to be Keith Erich and P.Y. Chuhai on one side of the ring. On the other, Jungle Jim McPherson is going to be teamed up with the Dreamweaver. This match to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun's the referee.
Okay, we're about set and ready to go at it right now. Bell time, and Jungle Jim with a cartwheel, and he is set to go. Dave, I want to run back and check on Jeff Jarrett, and I'll be back in just a second.
Jungle Jim McPherson, he's out of the concrete jungle, Salem, New Jersey. Dreamweaver, I don't know where he's from, but boy, he's looked good in the times that we have seen him in the ring. Keith Erich out of Memphis, Tennessee. P.Y. Chuhai out of, well, not the heart of Japan. He's out of Jackson, Tennessee, also known as Phil Hickerson. In there now, Jungle Jim McPherson winding up P.Y. Chuhai's left arm. Hickerson by far the biggest of the group, weighing in at about 290. Not far behind, though, this man right here. He doesn't look as hefty as Hickerson is, but he is tall and muscular. The Dreamweaver in at about 280 pounds. He now has P.Y. Chuhai's arm hammered up behind his back. Hickerson trying to get at him with a chop, but just can't get that arm back far enough. Dreamweaver putting on the heat. Referee checking with Hickerson. Hickerson says, no, he's not giving it up. He's hanging in there. Over to the corner, the tag by the Dreamweaver. Jungle Jim McPherson back in. McPherson been around here for several weeks. He's got some good moves he can put on you. Keith Erich steps in. Jungle Jam waiting for him. Just took him straight down to the mat. He wasted no time in popping him right down there flat. Sits down on his upper arm. Now picks him up, makes the tag on the Dreamweaver. Off the rope. Double forearm. And McPherson now slips back out to the corner. A Dreamweaver working on Keith Erich. Erich off the ropes. He rolled him down with the arm. There's a good one by the Dreamweaver as he puts Keith Erich down. 2 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Expiration of time match. Dave Brown with Lance Russell here at ringside for championship wrestling. Brand new CWA Tag Champions crown just moments ago here. As what many might consider the unlikely team of Scott Steiner and Jed Grundy upset the stud stable, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. P.Y. Chuhai comes in there with a double forearm to the face. Jungle Jim hits the mat. Hickerson, hand to the head again. There's a double chop by P.Y. Chuhai, who now tags Keith Erich. Keith Erich comes in, grabs Jungle Jim by the hand and sends him flying into the ropes. Got him with the upper arm. Keith Erich got to be feeling good right now. Erich teamed up with the big P.Y. Chuhai. McPherson. Well, it didn't hurt him as much as it did Keith Erich, I don't think. McPherson returning the favor. Keith Erich hits the mat. Jungle Jim over to the corner, and Dreamweaver back in.
And I'm sure that you folks who saw the Dreamweaver last week for the first time remember where he gets that name from. Dave probably mentioned it in my absence in there. He is a master of the sleeper hole, and he uses it on many, many, many occasions. Keith Erich being caught with a front face lock. Jungle Jim hops over the ring rope.
Erich got him in the eyes.
He did. Well, I don't care who you are, man. That's one vulnerable spot. That'll get to you.
Jim back to the corner. Tag on the Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver coming in now. Grabs Erich. Crowd yelling sleeper, and he's going for it. McPherson keeping P.Y. Chuhai back out of the action as the Dreamweaver has got that sleeper hold on Keith Erich. Referee's checking him.
He's close.
Yep, it's nighty-night time for Keith Erich. Referee says ring the bell. 4 minutes, 40 seconds of action and the win for the Dreamweaver at Jungle Gym.
All right. Man, I'll tell you, a dandy little go in there. Timeout, and we're going to be back in just a moment.
I think so. Boy, lots of action and brand new CWA Tag Champions.
Yes, sir. Jed Grundy, Scott Steiner, the new CWA Tag Champ. We got to get out of here till we see you next week. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of championship wrestling.